All right, so good morning, everyone. Seven here once again, also known as Mouse. And people used to call me Mouse again because of I used to wear a headset when I operated. Um, a forklift. I've only operated a forklift. That's it, guys. Oh, let's get this out of the way. This is just a little project that I've been working on. Um, we can just set that down here. So the point of today's video is I wanted to share a little bit with you about a book that I read a long time ago that I've recommended to probably over 1,000 people, and I'm not sure if a single one of them ever read it. But I found a short YouTube video that gives an accurate, I think, very well represented visual representation of what the author who wrote that book was getting at when he wrote it. He understood where our society was going. Sorry, I'm just playing around because my hands shake, guys. I got to do something with them. Anyway, he foresaw the direction that uh, not just not just the United States of America was going, but the entire world, because the actions of the human species in other countries also affect the societies that we live in. So I live in the United States currently, and I see this on the streets of where I live. I see people burning books. Oh, sorry, this is what I normally make videos on and listed, and I will see it's already loaded up. She's ready to go, but that can wait because I have something more important to share with you all today. Again, it's a book that I read. There's the name of it right there. There's the name of it right there. Fahrenheit 451. The reason that the author, he was a genius. The reason that he named his book Fahrenheit 451, and I understand us silly Americans, we only use, we still use the imperial system, which is kind of strange. That's a little bit strange. But it's what we use. There's 300 and something million of us. That is very nearly the size of Europe. And I'm not trying to brag. We're all human. We all occupy this same world. And even though there's an ocean dividing us, this information is still important. The reason why this book is called or named Fahrenheit 451 is because at 451 degrees Fahrenheit, that is the temperature at which book paper burns. Okay, and that's a very important number, 451. Why? Because when you burn books, especially history books, you lose the wisdom of your ancestors that came before you that wrote those books. Okay? Let's just watch the video, and I will give credit to this lovely person who I don't know claim to know the purpose of their channel. I think Grade Saver. That's a cute name. I like that. I will link you in the description for your work. Thank you, and I hope you don't mind me using your video. I have a much smaller audience than you. Hopefully it'll grow. But I would like to use your video as just for demonstration purposes. That's all. But let's go over it. I'm going to stop talking unless I really have something important to say. I would like this video. It's only 7 minutes. It's 7 minutes long. 7 minutes long. That's all it is. Anybody can
Set
watch
in the
7 minute
near
video.
future of America in a Midwestern town, Fahrenheit 451 tells the story of fireman Guy Montague, who proudly burns illegal books and the homes of the book's owners. However, as threat of atomic destruction looms over his town, he begins to question the value of his profession. Throughout the novel, Montague struggles with his existence and is placed in an oppressive society in which censorship is the norm. Montague's resistance grows stronger after developing a friendship with his 17-year-old neighbor, Clarice McClellan. She is curious about the world and rejects the technology on which it now depends, including the frequency of gun violence and speeding cars. Soon, Montague realizes he is unhappy and no longer loves his wife, Mildred, who refuses to face reality. The antithesis of Clarice, Mildred immerses herself in interactive television and seashell radio and is addicted to tranquilizers. One night, Montague comes home to find that Mildred has overdosed on sleeping pills. The paramedics arrive to pump Mildred's stomach and give her a complete transfusion with various technological instruments. The medics explain nonchalantly that they perform these same procedures many times each night, and that overdoses are frequent. The next morning, Mildred robotically goes about her daily routine, not recalling the previous night's episode and refusing to discuss it. Frustrated with a society that seems unconcerned about an impending atomic war, Montague wonders why books are perceived to be so dangerous and why some people are so loyal to them. What power lies in books? Driven by an increasing unease and curiosity, Montague steals a book from a collection he is sent to destroy. At the scene of the burning, he is shaken when the owner of the books, an older woman, refuses to leave her home. Instead, she sets fire to her kerosene-soaked house and is herself destroyed by the flames. Witnessing the woman's dedication to her ideals, Montague wonders if happiness can be found in the forbidden literature he is required to burn. Montague returns home, feeling ill as he relives the woman's horrific death in his mind. Over the past 10 years, he had thought he was serving society as a fireman, but now he realizes he is an instrument of destruction. That night, in a discussion with Mildred, Montague learns that his friend Clarice was killed by a speeding car more than a week earlier. He falls asleep feeling sicker, with his stolen book hidden beneath his pillow. The next day, Montague refuses to attend work, claiming illness. His boss, Captain Beatty, visits him and appears to be aware of Montague's internal struggle. He suspects that Montague may be hiding books. Beatty lectures him about the offensiveness of books and the superiority of their current society. Where homogeneity is mandated, stories are diluted, and political narratives are reduced to a simple soundbite distributed by mass media. He dismisses their former society, which encouraged free thought and differing opinions.
Sounds familiar,
Meanwhile,
doesn't it?
Mildred organizes the bedroom and tries to pull away Montague's pillow. When he won't let her, she reaches beneath it and finds the hidden book. Mildred is astonished, but keeps silent. When Beatty departs, Montague retrieves some 20 books that he has stolen over the years and begins to read. Unsure as what to do next, he recalls meeting a retired professor, Faber, a year earlier and discussing with him the value of ideas. He visits Faber, who at first fears that he will be the fireman's next victim. However, as the two men grow to trust one another, Faber becomes a mentor to Montague, showing insights and conspiring with him to make copies of Montague's books. Faber gives Montague a small two-way radio of his own invention to insert into his ear, so that the two men will always be in communication. At home, Montague becomes disgusted with his wife and her friends as they sit idly, watching television and gossiping. They lack any awareness of the impending atomic war. As Faber's objections stream through the secret radio in Montague's ear, Montague engages the women in a debate about family and politics. Next, he reads to them from a book of poetry. Mildred's friends react emotionally to the reading, not understanding the source of their sadness. The firemen are called to an alarm, and Montague is dismayed to discover that it is his own house that is to be burned. His wife Mildred reported him. He then burns his home and possessions by himself, room by room, as ordered by Beatty. Beatty chides Montague, and as the two men scuffle, Faber's radio is knocked from his ear. When Beatty remarks that both Montague and his friend will be dealt with severely, Montague threatens Beatty with the flamethrower. When Beatty keeps at it, Montague flips the switch and kills his boss. At once,
See if I can get this damn thing actually working. There it is. I apologize intensely for interrupting this 7-minute video, but that last part, the decision to defy your elders when they tell you to do something that you know is wrong, um, you may not always have to kill them. You may not always have to take their lives, but it is important that when you, as a younger, brave individual, know what's right and wrong, to act upon that, even if it means doing something that is completely against your beliefs and what you were taught. Okay, let's continue. There's not much longer. There's maybe 2 minutes. There's maybe 2 minutes. I'll shut the up and just let you watch how this plays out. After this man killed his boss who was the one telling him, we need to burn these books, we need to destroy this information. Our society is good now, okay? Let's continue.
the mechanical hound, a computerized attack dog that can track down any human being by scent, pursues Montague. The hound stabs him in the leg with a procaine needle, but Montague annihilates it with the flamethrower before it can do more damage. Faber provides refuge for Montague as both a second mechanical hound and the authorities pursue him. Faber provides him with old clothes to mask his scent and thus impede the hound. Then Faber directs Montague to go to the river and float downstream to the train tracks, where he will hopefully find a hobo camp of intellectual outlaws who can help him. Montague departs, then floats down the river, successfully avoiding the hound. He finds the group of former writers, clergymen, and academics by the riverbank. The leader of the group, an author named Granger, welcomes Montague, offering him a concoction to change his pH in order to throw the hound off his scent. The men then use a portable television to watch the police chase incited by Montague's escape. They are shocked to see that the hound has killed another man as the announcer proclaims, "Montague is dead." The police, not wanting to lose the confidence of the public, had set the hound after an innocent man after losing Montague's scent.
Sorry to interrupt one last time, but they actually do this when individuals stand up against an evil government. There are often innocent people who must pay the price just so that the government doesn't lose the confidence of their I don't want to use the wrong word here, but uh, social engineering is what it is, and there's a reason why a book like Fahrenheit 451 is important because it gives regular, normal people, people who don't write books, the information that they need to see. You see how afraid. See the fear in this man's eyes. You see the whites of his eyes. Seeing this, seeing another. This is a good man. This was a firefighter, right? This was a firefighter, horrified that this innocent man, this man right here, This human being, he is watching a human being die for his ideas about keeping books, information, history alive. The government, the police, killed an innocent man to protect their bullshit narrative. All right? Look at that. Look at that fear. Look at that. Look at his eyes. His eyes tell the whole human's eyes tell the entire story. They always do. That's why we look each other in the eye. That's why when we have a conversation, the way that you look at someone, the way that you present your eyes to them can either be intimidating, fearful, compassionate, whatever else. Our eyes are the windows to our souls. And that's why I think it's very important. And the artist, I don't know if it was the YouTube creator who made this video. If it is, you need a lot more subscribers, bud. You really do. Trust me, because this is gorgeous. This the scene is not gorgeous. Please don't understand what I'm saying, but the illustration of this man's eyes, seeing what exactly happened to a poor innocent soul just because he wanted to do the right thing. Yeah. I'll shut the and we can continue just a little bit longer here. We only have exactly 40 seconds left in this video. Let's keep going.
Granger tells Montague how the men in his camp have memorized literary works so that someday, when it is safe to do so, they can again print books, recreating them from memory. When atomic bombs destroy the city, the men are able to survive in their wilderness camp, then set out to sift through the rubble of the destroyed town and begin anew. They plan to foster a society where books and free thought can flourish.
Okay, so I promised I wouldn't pause it again, but this part's really important. Uh, is the credits for this video that I shared with you today. These fine people right here produced this. It's only 7 minutes long, but since nobody can read anymore, I can't remember the last time I met someone who read a book in the past 10 years. Okay, all they do is watch TV and movies, and they allow themselves to be fed that bullshit information by the people who produce those things. And what exactly is the outcome of allowing yourself as a society to not learn history, especially about warfare, especially about warfare? This is the result. When you don't teach, I will give credit to this person too, absolutely. I'm sure they don't need it. They have so many subscribers. They won't even see this, I'm sure. But again, I will give them credit, and I thank them immensely for clipping this video here because I again I don't follow their content. I just found this video because I needed to use it to illustrate a point, and that is the entire purpose of why I make my videos. I'm trying to use video games to illustrate my ideas because I am terrified. I am terrified that if people don't start reading books and learning why we shouldn't tear down statues of people we consider bad men, there's a reason why those statues are there. There's even a reason why we put benches in front of those statues, right? It's so a mother or father can take their child, their son or daughter, walk them through a park, and their son or daughter might ask, "Who is that? Who is that person standing? Why are they so important?" So their mother and father can sit their child down, their son or daughter, and explain to them, "Look, if we have a statue of this person to remind us of why we can't let those kind of people ever attain that kind of power again, because eventually our technology and our weapons, we're already there. We already have atomic weapons. There are thousands of them in this world. Okay, thousands of them. And the issue with having weapons like that is they are under the control of people who should not have control over them. They already exist. We're never going to get the nukes out of the world. Someone will figure out how to hide one of those somewhere deep where no one will be able to find it. So what is the solution? I don't know. I'm still a relatively young man. I don't have all the answers. The only thing that I do know is that if we don't as a human race start worrying about taking care of the one planet that we do occupy and stop blowing it up all over the world and destroying everything around us, this is a good illustration of our future. And I know millions of people have seen this scene because millions of people have played this video game, right? But there are billions of people in the world, not millions. Okay, and this is what our future holds if we do not learn how to control our anger and learn how to work together as humans. All of us, every country, every nationality, every race, religion, all human, human together strong. This is the result of what will happen if we keep going to war with each other. This is what will happen because we have this technology right now. We have the capability of doing this to our planet right now.
We're trying to get confirmation.
What?
We seem to have lost contact with our affiliate stations. We do have coming in. That's confirmed reports. I repeat, confirmed reports of nuclear detonations in New York and Pennsylvania. My God.
They target the big cities first.
We need to get to the vault.
They always do.
Now!
I've got Sean. Let's go.
Residents of Sanctuary Hills, if you are registered, evacuate to Vault 111 immediately.
It's okay.
Just help me pack it up! God, I can't lose these. That'll be all I have left.
And we see a man there clinging to his possessions, which will cost him and his wife his life.
I am not on the list. You don't get in. I'm going in. You can't stop me. Okay.
Hey,
If you're in the program, step forward. Otherwise, return home.
We need to get in. We're on the list.
Infant, adult male, adult female. Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Good luck, ma'am. And God help us all.
Follow me. Come on.
What's gonna happen to all those people outside the gate?
Everything we can. Now keep moving. This way. Step on the platform in the center.
All right, that's it. Send it down.
Almost there. We're gonna be okay. I love you. Both of you.
We love you too.
what's that off in the distance? Oh, we know what that is. We've seen that
Hold
before.
on!
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god.
And you see, there it is. That is our future if we don't learn how to our society. And I don't mean the society in our country. I mean the society of humanity as a whole. This death and glory shit, this death and glory shit right here. Uh-uh. No, there's a reason why. There's a reason why women dislike the violent ways of men. Because they're at least intelligent enough to understand that we currently are the red. Most of them do. Most of them do. And that creates a very large rift between the genders because more men need to understand that if we don't settle the down with this death and glory bullshit, if we don't learn how to curtail that just a little bit and just learn how to be just a little bit kinder, a little bit calmer, if we don't learn how just to be blue even when, like, here, let me just take this sumbitch and just move it on over here. Yeah, you see that? There's a reason this guy has a skull here. This is the old way. This right here, this is the old, old, old way. Okay? War sucks. There's a reason we did it in the past. It's still going on now, except the only difference is most of the fighting is handled by private military contractors. Um, there's a difference between a PMC and a mercenary. There is. PMC is more dangerous because they're basically the military, except they're owned by, I'm not going to say any company name. Let's just say a fictitious, they're owned by a large corporation that can afford to give them tanks, artillery, and plenty of young men who don't know how to use that shit. And yes, they do mostly try to employ veterans, but they also will employ young men that they think are brave enough and stupid enough to go out there and at least be bullet sponges for them because they don't care. Nobody gives a shit if a PMC dies. They don't make it to the news, right? A mercenary or a PMC, when they die, you just send a severance check to the family, if they even do that. And they go find another sack of meat to fight their stupid war for money. And yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say right now. Fuck war, excuse the language, and especially nuclear bombs included artillery. Okay, we don't need it. We don't need. We can have it. We can still leave it in a warehouse somewhere, but we don't need to pull it out anymore. And we need to communicate with people across that little body of water. Hey, maybe we should all put these in some secure location, like real secure, and just never, ever, ever, ever agree to never, ever, ever use these again. Because I know that both of us would like our children to go outside on a bright sunny day and enjoy a peaceful, safe environment. We want our children to look outside and go, there's no danger out there. And that's pretty much a society that some of us were fortunate enough to live in. Some of us have achieved that, but it can be taken from you in an instant. Look at what COVID did. Now all of a sudden we don't trust each other at all as a society. Now all of a sudden we have to wear masks to cover our faces. And yes, we can still see each other's eyes, but guess what? Not everybody communicates with their eyes well. Not everybody has that third eye, that the amygdala, I think it is. They're not very good at communicating with their eyes, so it creates a lot of distrust. That's why we also have, excuse me, I know I'm going to show you my face a little bit here. And I told you I was ugly. Look at this big fucker. But our words have power, okay? Our words have power. Our ideas have power. So, instead of burning books, as certain groups are doing, look, it's not aligned anymore, that's funny. But my point is, instead of burning history and destroying what we thought was evil at some point, perhaps we should teach history. Like certain groups of people that did really up shit, we have books. The movies never get it right. They always paint us as the good guy and them as the fucking bumbling idiot. And that's never accurate. The books are always more accurate because they are uh, 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 sorry, I told you guys I was an escape mental patient. But now I completely lost my train of thought. But that's fine. This video's already gone on long enough. Just be blue. That's it. That's all you need to do. That's all you. So you don't end up like this guy right here. This dead mother. Just be blue. Yeah? Just be blue.